Hi, good morning. What will be the Nifty futures trade setup for October 9, 2023? On Friday, Nifty futures closed at 19,678. For today, in order to get the today's trend, the candle not formed yet, we have to check the Friday's candle. Friday's candle indicating uptrend. But the problem is now this Hamas and this one Israel conflict actually very dangerous like that. So we have to check the levels now. Daily technicals indicating a range between 90,780 to 90,578. This is the daily trading range. But now in between this monthly resistance 19,758 will resist the uppo. So that will be the this one major resistance for time being. Suppose if these two levels crossed, then a weekly target of 19,808 is possible. These are the levels on upper side. Now downside, the support trend technical indicator is bullish, but this one Hamas and the Israel conflict, that is the key. So this one, if market goes down, this will be the support, and for Nifty futures 19,578. Suppose if it breaks further, then there is a possibility of correction up to 19,481 on weekly charts and 19,437 on monthly charts like that. So we have to be trade cautiously, because once this level is broken, then 100 to 150 points correction will be there. Okay, now technical front, we have seen all those things. What is the trend levels we knew. Now let us check this one. Today's local cues and global cues. Hamas attack on Israel over the weekend, that is the deadliest. Oil surged 5% because of this. US stock futures were trading lower. Asian market were trading lower. Then investors will be watching inflation readings and trade data out from China and India later this week. Friday, Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, Nasdaq went higher. On the data front, the closely watched non-farm payrolls data came in at 336k jobs added versus 170k expected. Simultaneously, wage growth was relatively subdued. This is actually that 330k jobs, that was negative, but wage growth was positive. That's why this one American markets went up, was relatively subdued, indicating potential easing of inflation, which reassured investors. This wage growth was relatively subdued means that recession also can be avoided like that. That is also one meaning. In the wake of robust job surge in September and mounting inflationary pressures, Fed is expected to increase interest rate at its FOMC meeting on October 31st and November 1. At the same time, cooling wage gains stoked investor expectations that the economy can avoid a recession. So one positive news, one negative news also is there. Then market participants are bracing for the release of key inflation data as well as the start of third quarter's earnings session in US. This week we are talking. And on Sunday, the US dollar and the Japanese yen slightly increased from their positions late Friday following violent incidents in Israel over the weekend. The rise indicates the profound impact that Middle Eastern turmoil can have on global financial markets, particularly on the US dollar. The US dollar's status as a safe haven currency is reinforced during periods of geopolitical instability or economic uncertainty. In addition to impacting currency values, Middle Eastern issues often trigger a surge in oil prices. Today, oil prices went up. Then, US inflation data could offer more clarity on the future path of interest rates after Friday's strong jobs report. Then, Wednesday's minutes of the Federal Reserve's latest meeting will also be closely scrutinized. Then third quarter earnings session get underway and the energy prices remain in focus. Then this week IMF and the World Bank meetings will be there. This also important. This one on the bond markets, yields slightly receded from 16-year highs as stocks rose on Friday with the 10-year Treasury yield at 4.712%. Senior economists are in wait and watch mode as the impact of Israel and Hamas war on the Indian economy, while agreeing there may be crude oil supply challenge if the war spreads across West Asia. Then another important factor, election commission to announce dates for Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Mizoram. This is really important for this one, politics in Indian politics. Then, in the context of elevated dollar and US bond yields, foreign portfolio investors are unlikely to turn buyers in the market soon. Holidays in Japan and South Korea today made for thin conditions. Gold was also in demand, rising 0.8%. So these are the global and local cues. I have explained the global cues and the local cues, and this one trend, daily trend, weekly trend, and monthly trend also I have explained. Trade accordingly. All the best.